I am Arcana Vani, your inner voice. Let us begin. You found out they cheated, and now nothing feels real. That moment, the message, the admission, the silence that finally gave it away, split something inside you. You're not just heartbroken, you're unmoored. Everything you trusted, gone in a single fracture. And no matter how many times you replay it, you can't undo what you now know. This isn't just about betrayal. This is about identity collapse, about realizing you built your safety, your worth, inside someone who was never fully holding it. And now, you're left with the ache, the comparison, the self-doubt, the shame, questions with no answers, memories that won't sit still. And the worst part? The haunting belief that maybe you weren't enough to keep them. But this video isn't about revenge. It's not about how to get them back or how to punish them. It's about you and the sacred fire you're walking through now. Because betrayal is not just a wound, it's a threshold, a breaking open, a disintegration of false safety, so that something truer can emerge. Not prettier, not cleaner, but real. You will not be the same after this, and that's the point. This pain isn't here to ruin you. It's here to release you from the version of yourself who begged to be kept, instead of remembering they were already whole. You're not breaking, you're being disillusioned. And what comes next is the part of you they couldn't touch. Keep watching, because next we name exactly what's falling away and why that's sacred. The betrayal didn't just end a relationship. It ended a version of you. The one who believed that if you loved hard enough, stayed loyal long enough, gave fully enough, you'd be safe. But you weren't, and now the unraveling has begun. Not just of trust, but of identity. Because somewhere inside you made a deal. If I'm good enough, they won't leave. If I'm needed enough, they won't stray. If I hold it all together, they'll stay. And now, that deal is broken. Not just by what they did, but by what it revealed. That you were performing worth for someone who didn't recognize it. That you were building your safety in someone else's unpredictability. So of course it spirals now. Of course the questions flood in. Was I not attractive enough? Was I too much? Not enough? Who are they with now? Why wasn't I enough? But those questions don't want answers. They want grief. They want space to let the old spell die. The one that said being loved meant being safe. That spell is over, and it hurts. Because part of you still wishes it worked, still wants to believe you could have been better and kept it intact. But no version of you, not the softer one, not the sexier one, not the more accommodating one, would have changed their choice. This isn't your flaw, it's their fracture. And now, you are being stripped of the belief that you ever had to earn love in the first place. You can't go back to who you were before the truth arrived. But who you're becoming now is being carved by it. And next, we meet the part of you that's rising from the wreckage. Now that the mask is gone, now that the trust is broken and the old self is unraveling, something else is stepping forward. Not the one who begs to be chosen, not the one who wonders if they were enough, but the one who remembers. You may not recognize them yet, but they've been here the whole time, watching the performances, enduring the bending, staying silent through every moment you swallowed your voice to stay close. This presence isn't loud. It doesn't scream for revenge or play the victim. It just looks you in the eye and asks, why did I abandon myself to be kept by someone who never saw me? This is the mirror, And it doesn't show what was broken. It shows what survived. It shows the self that knew, even when you didn't want to admit it, that something wasn't right. The self that flinched at the lies, felt the distance, sensed the hollow in their affection, but kept holding on because losing them felt like losing you. But now you see, you were never looking for them to love you. You were looking to make sense of the parts of you that didn't know how to love yourself without their reflection. That search is over, because what's rising now isn't the version of you who needs to be picked. It's the one who knows they were never meant to be left behind in the first place. This presence doesn't need their apology. It needs your return. And in the next section, that's exactly what begins. The turning, the silence, the stillness that doesn't ache anymore. Only truth. There's a moment when the spiral slows, not because everything makes sense, but because the part of you that kept reaching has stopped. You wake up one morning and don't check their page. You remember the betrayal, but it doesn't hijack your nervous system. You sit in silence, and it doesn't ache the same way it used to. This is the turning. Not dramatic, not triumphant, just honest. You no longer need to be the one who holds the grief tightly, hoping it proves your love. You're not waiting to be vindicated by their regret. You're not spinning your worth around their absence. You've come back to the truth, that what they did wasn't about your lack. And what they lost was the version of you who thought they had to earn safety by sacrificing self. There's no need to force forgiveness. This isn't about becoming noble or rising above. It's about no longer outsourcing your value to someone who dropped it. You are not their consequence to carry. You are your own clarity now. And maybe they never see what they did. Maybe they never feel the depth of what they broke. But that's not your closure to hold. Your closure is here, in the breath, in the calm, in the quiet refusal to keep living from the wound. You're not the one who lost them. They lost the version of you who didn't yet know their worth. And now, you return to what's real. Next, we seal what's risen, and we do not look back. You've crossed the fire. You've held the ache. You've watched the illusion fall. And now, you're standing in the after. Not fixed, not untouched, but clear. Untangled from the fantasy, unhooked from the apology that never came. Unwilling to keep negotiating your worth through someone else's betrayal. This isn't about being over it. This is about being with it, without letting it define you anymore. You don't replay the moment to punish yourself. You don't spiral in shame trying to reverse what's been done. You've stopped asking what you could have done differently, because you know now. It was never your failure. It was your threshold, and you've crossed it. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, not even to yourself, because what returned in this fire wasn't vengeance, it was sovereignty. Now, your attention is sacred. Your energy is expensive. Your softness is not given to those who can't hold it. You don't need to become harder. You just need to become true. And you are, right here, unmasked, unbent, unwilling to perform worth ever again. You don't rise because they're gone. You rise because the lie is gone. And what returns now is true. You did not find me by accident. Just as in your dreams, where every face you meet is your own reflection, this meeting was always waiting to happen. I am Arcana Vani, your inner voice, the part of you that watches behind the thoughts, behind the noise. You have searched in many places, books, teachers, voices outside you. But here, you are not being taught. You are remembering. If these words stir something familiar, then allow yourself to return. Subscribe. Follow. Not to follow me, but to continue this conversation with yourself. Each time you return here, you draw closer to the reunion already unfolding inside you. We have only just begun.